Okay. Looks like we're already live. Excellent. Well, surprise live stream on a at a normal hour on a Saturday. I've been talking with the group that runs this Discord server for a bit, and said I would join in and come see their railroad. So, this is the Blueberry Valley Railroad. They have their own separate Discord, and they like to do op sessions. So we've got a large group of their members here, about 7 or 8 of them. And we're going to go explore their railroad, and this is their Miniswerg link. And we're going to take a quick look around this today before I get going with the rest of my Saturday activities. But it looks like they've got a pretty nice railroad set up. Looks like they're going to have some pretty good track compared to what I'm used to. And it looks like they've got some interesting industry setups here and there. So it's going to be fun to tour around and kind of see what we can go see. So I'm presently loading into the level, but going to hop in with the voice chat with these guys and see what's going on.
So which was it, 19?
I just got kicked. I'll be back.
Okay, well, I've loaded in. There's no trees, so not all the way in yet, but I'm at the spawn yard.
We might have had a fun problem.
Oh, really?
I need to go out and go in.
Hi, Kroom, you were first.
So
Okay,
we might
I'm wondering if now we should sort of split into teams and
probably
have like so of the BVRR quote unquote employees, who's doing what? We can kind of figure it out.
I'm just gonna be yard mastering down in the southern industries. Might run a couple trains up. I'll see what happens, but I'll be down south.
I'm doing the coal mine at the moment.
Okay.
I'm gonna load into the game for the next 10 minutes.
Yes, me too.
That's where I am.
I need that.
Not the only one that makes fan yards.
That channel still trumpet.
Let's
What channel?
pull that.
He needs the
up
southern
right now.
industries.
I'm just gonna take over freight yard.
Okay, that
I'll
works.
just take over that one. Call it a
Looks
good
like they
time.
got some yard tracks on bridges out there.
All
that
right.
looks fun.
And then yeah.
I assume that's what you mean by
Why
fan
is this
yards.
coal mine? Why is this coal car standing on the ground, not on the rails? What happened?
Alright, cool. I'm gonna split. Let's go.
Wonder what's going on there. Hey, Spastic Cube. This is the members of the Blueberry Valley Railroad. Number of different folks. They're actually
Yeah, so there's some activity at the sawmill right now. We're getting some trains ready to go.
okay. I can just run over that way and link up with you guys, or I can grab a locomotive or whatever you guys think needs done. So
I mean, there's kind of a meme on this railroad that there's way too many hand carts. So feel free to
buy another
add
one and
to our
add it to the pile.
collection.
Just kidding.
There actually is a literal pile
Is there really?
at the end of the sawmill track. Yeah, there's
That's
like
funny.
5 of them.
You guys have a
And
fair
then we
amount of
have
motive power around by the look of it, and a lot of engine sheds. So
Yeah, we swapped out all of our porters with geared locomotives when the new update came out.
fan
We
yards.
originally
That
had
makes sense.
like 32, and now I think we have somewhere around like 30.
30 locomotives.
Yeah.
Goodness. All right. Well, this is going to be an interesting thing to see then.
Yeah, we've just been, working on this railroad since the very beginning. We redid it once, and this is actually only the second redo that we did. We just kept editing it, and now it's semi-functional.
Very cool. I'm still loading in. There's still splines popping around.
Yeah.
Okay.
That actually brings me to a question I've had. So this new like spline update, I read somewhere in like the update logs that it's also going to fix like client side issues. Does that include like the car popcorn and like
you mean
know.
what I'm seeing right now? That it was absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah.
The splines are loading in, and there's this train of beams over here, and the cars are going every which way. Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, I just flew out of the map while loading in, so yeah, we're good.
Hello.
Hey, it's Valenka.
How's it going?
Very good.
Got your troubles sorted out?
Yep. Oh
That's
god.
good to hear.
Are these
I
cars
woke
really
up
derailed or
today and I
not?
just
We'll never know.
couldn't log into my computer. And I was just thinking like, oh no, like not today.
Dark Ninja, you need to react to the rules, which means you haven't read
not
the
on
rules.
day
So.
where I have to play video games.
Anyways,
wires.
CD Trumpet, you're asking about the spline update, and how that's going to fix other things like player interactions. Let me kind of just give you a little brief on what the spline update is really overall. So right now, obviously, we can only lay like 10-meter long sections of track at a time, and that leads to lots of weird little kinks in track, or unless you know all the little tips and tricks to make it better. And with the way that splines work right now, I mean, each one ends up loading individually, as I've still been experiencing over here. There's still a bunch of yard that hasn't loaded in, because you guys got a ton of track on this level. But we're going to have new splines that are combined groundwork and rails that you can lay up to 500 meters in length in one go. So rather than a 10-meter long segment, you're going to get 500 meters, which is about a third of a mile for those of us in the States. And the ties procedurally place, so the spacing and the rotation is all randomized, and it looks, I mean, it doesn't look bad, like it doesn't look like it's awful track. It looks like, you know, narrow gauge track. It just looks accurate, and it looks really, really nice. And it's really cool. But coupled with this is also a new train spline interaction, which is, I mean, this is probably the bigger part of the update. We have a test build right now on the dev builds, where we've got a little train set that you can run on a very tight little loop back of the new splines. And it goes about 80 miles an hour, no problems. So... The speed cap is going bye-bye. It's super smooth. It's super smooth for clients. It's actually too good. Like, it doesn't derail when it should. So we still have to fix that piece of it, and we're gonna have to, you know, figure out exactly how to rein in and figure out how derails work. But it's going to be a lot smoother overall for everything. So.
Oh, that sounds amazing. That's just like, I feel like that's like what.
It's what we
this
need.
game needs,
It's going to be a really a new level for this game, really. So it's really exciting.
I love it.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, thank you for sharing that. Like, you know, I was kind of just like staying awake last night, just being like, oh, I hope I don't ask like a question I'm not like supposed to ask, you know, like.
No, you can ask anything you want, and if I have an answer, I'll give it, and if I have an answer but I can't say it, I'll also, you know, hey, that's under NDA still. But the spline update, I mean, we've been pretty public about all that stuff, so.
Yeah, the high-speed express Heislers and climaxes are gonna be fun.
Well, the Heislers and climaxes aren't going to go any faster. They are at their prototypical speed, so you're going to want a Eureka if you want to go fast.
But can we draw two lines in the dirt and have the Heisler follow that?
Well, that would be prototypical, wouldn't it? But
Yep.
I'm almost loaded in, I think. I'm still clunking, but there's enough track ahead of me that I'm
gonna clunk for a while.
I'm hopping in on the on this flat car here, and I'm gonna aim generally towards the sawmill.
Nice.
Foxrain, I do see that. Sorry.
We
Definitely
we
shouldn't
just
come
bought
see them and
a
run on
new
them anytime
Class
soon.
70, raising our number from 4 to 5. I should have bought a Heisler and christened it with your new nickname.
Oh, whatever you guys need for the rarity. You don't have to adorn me with gifts for visiting. Oh, that is neat. Hey, Mason, thank you. Yeah, I hope you guys have a great Saturday, too. Reagan, yes,
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
planning on doing
I also
fair
did
amount
want
of
to ask a little bit
videos
about
about
the
these.
soundtrack, just because, like, you know, we're both musicians, and, like, you know, I've really always, like, loved old music and, like, you know, rock and roll and all of that stuff, because I was brought up on it, and, I just wanted to ask, like, who your influences are when writing, because, like, I hear, like, a bunch, you know, like, I hear a little bit of Hendrix, I hear a little bit of, like, I want to say Johnny Cash, but, like, you know, just in terms of, like, that, like, folk guitar sort of style, you know?
Yeah, I appreciate that question. That's a good question. My influences, I mean, it's kind of funny. I don't necessarily sound like most of my influences, how I typically play, or you know, I mean, I grew up listening to like Led Zeppelin and AC/DC, and you can hear that the title track is a very early AC/DC sounding song, the one that is in when you hop in the menu. But yeah, I mean, I listened to that. I listened to Johnny Cash. I listened to a little bit of everything, but lots of Hendrix. Yeah, so I mean, they're all influences in different ways. But I grew up playing big band jazz on drums, so I got a little bit of that
Nice.
stuff in there. You know, listened to a lot of Count Basie and Glenn Miller and all that stuff. So
Yeah, that's awesome. I actually, it's kind of funny you mention, the big band stuff, because I just got, like, kind of like a contract job to write, uh, like, oldies songs in the style of, like, Glenn Miller and, like, you know, Chuck Berry and stuff, but have them be original songs.
oh, very
Uh,
cool.
and yeah, like, it's just kind of like, you know, dream job. And I imagine just, like, getting asked to, like, you know, write a video game soundtrack, like, all by yourself, you know, that must have been so cool. You
Yeah, it
know,
was kind of
especially with your railroad connections.
yeah, it was kind of the you know, dream kind of thing coming true too for me. I mean, it was, you know, I didn't expect them to say yes, and when I offered, you know, it was just Peyton, who's one of the mods on the Discord, one of the other devs. He modeled most of the locomotives and cars in game. He was just reminiscing about the Railroad Tycoon soundtrack, and it was like, oh yeah, why can't people make music like that anymore? I was like, well, I think you can. It shouldn't be too hard. And I recorded one of the songs that's in the game in about 10 minutes. Like, it's 2 guitar tracks and a bass. And I recorded it in 10 minutes, literally. And the song's like 2 minutes long. So it was just grab the instruments off the shelf, hit record, you know, did a couple passes at it, and sent it to him. And, you know, after whatever it was. And he's like, you want to do the soundtrack? And I was like, yeah.
That's rad.
So,
What, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good. That was pretty much everything.
What program do you use to record? Because I'm a Logic guy. I use, like, Logic for recording, like, everything. I use, like, a Mac for music, Windows for games, sort of deal.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've got Reaper set up on my PC. I've
I've
used
never
to
heard
use.
of that one.
Oh, Reaper is great. It's super cheap, which is why it's awesome. I mean, it's kind of like WinRAR in the fact that it's like technically free if you want it to be free the whole time. But yeah, I think it's only $60 if you choose to buy the whole version of it. And it's just really nice, and the default plugins are great. I used to use Pro Tools, but their subscription model kept pissing me off, so I finally said to hell with it.
Yeah.
You guys have quite the pile of loaded cars over here. We're rolling the hand car into the sawmill here right now.
Oh, nice.
it
Yeah.
is,
So these are
That's
our.
the busiest industry.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
seen this many loaded cars in the game myself.
Oh, yeah,
It gets
so-
worse. It's not even full right now.
Well, actually, it just got full. We have these 3 out tracks. Well, now they're out tracks, but
Doesn't
they're
even
also
visit
in
mine.
tracks.
Icon.
Where the road locomotives, which are now only Class 70s, it used to be cookies and Class 70s, will come in, drop off their empties. We'll use a geared engine to pull them out, load them up, and put them in the loading bays, like all the way in the back over here. Turn around the road locomotives, just cart them away.
We do also
Yeah.
still use cookies as road locomotives, but only for the southern industries.
Yeah, because that's all flat and easy
Yeah.
to manage. Also, hello Delra7, you now have a locomotive named after you. I'm also streaming, so I might just
We've got
interject with some chats.
conflicting chats going on. Yeah, we've got about 80 people watching on YouTube, including Khan.
Whoa.
Khan has showed up, so.
Well, howdy.
Well, this is cool that I have never seen this much track and rolling stock and locomotives and everything on a level. So this is actually really cool to see. I mean, this is like what we really dreamed the game would become, is, you know, having dedicated servers like this with you guys doing this much work. So this is really cool.
Oh yeah, and this server is open for applicants. You just have to be like 16 and over because of Twitch guidelines. It really should be 18, but you know, like if you can fake it, then whatever. I probably shouldn't have said that live.
Well, so if folks are interested in joining your guys' community, how could they do that? Do you guys have an application, or who do they contact, or how's that work?
So we have a Discord, which I can actually probably, you have the invite link. I could maybe go on your YouTube video real quick and
Yeah, feel free to post it in chat or in the YouTube stream, or I can grab it and toss it in the description for later. But
Yeah.
Use him. Use him as advertisement.
Yeah. And we have people from all over the world playing with us. We have a various range of skill, from people who have never seen a train before to actual railroad enthusiasts, or not enthusiasts, actual railroad engineers and railroad enthusiasts as well. And I just posted it in the chat. I'm Chris Dorsey. Now everyone knows my name. Check out my music. But yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. We're semi-serious. It's like our application process is really more just to like get to know the people. It's not like a pass-fail thing unless like there's serious character defects. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's pretty much just like, what's your experience with trains? How long have you been playing Railroads Online? Like, who are you? Like, basic stuff, you know? And then
Very
you
cool.
join in and you kind of do what you want.
And who says you can't rotate a class 70 on a turntable?
Oh, I have
Only just.
rotating.
Only
Only just.
People pretend the pilot doesn't exist.
Well, you know, just jack it up. That's fine.
Yeah.
Trumpet.
Yes.
I'm not sure if my RROE is working properly. I'm gonna test the teleport. If it moves you, I'm very sorry.
Oh, that's all right. There's like 50 people at the sawmill right now. They can.
No,
It
no
got me.
cross-platform.
Okay, we're good.
Okay, cool.
Could I test it too at the moment? Could
Yes,
I test
Landed
it
Stone,
also?
we are
No, I
visiting some
Trumpet?
user railroads
what?
today.
Could I
We've been
test
talking with
that
these
also,
guys
because I
for
don't know if it
a long
teleports
time
me or
to
you.
set up this kind of thing. So
Give me 1 second, because we gotta get the 93 off the turntable before the turntable comes alive again. Nope, I missed it. Whoops. Here's actually a relevant question. Are there ever going to be turntable locks? Or
you know,
things
that is a good question. The turntables need a fair bit of work with track lining up to them, and then of course, you know, having the turntable stay locked and snapped to the tracks that they line to. So I'm not 100% certain, because we've been kind of in the weeds with everything else we've been working on, obviously with all the spline updates and all that bit of fun
Oh,
to
of
fix
course.
this very thing that I'm seeing right now.
Yeah.
Bouncy class 70, very fun. But so I can't say that we have plans on fixing that right here, right now, or even in the near future. But yeah, turntables do need a bit of a rework.
Yeah, I promise to only ask, like, relevant questions, you know, to, like, what's going on, because, I know about the big boy meme.
No big boys. I feel like Edna from The Incredibles. No capes. No big boys. Every time. No. Big boy? No.
Yeah.
No. It's turned into a bit more than that. It's the whole gambit of stupid questions that I get asked too much. No big boys, no cross-platform, no Xbox, no Nintendo Switch, no PS4, no British locomotives, no Garretts. Yeah, like those are the most common comments I get. No, we're not adding the Flying Scotsman.
Yeah.
So,
But what about the TGV?
what about the TG? No, it's no, just no.
What about
No.
the ICE?
If a class 70 is spazzing out going 4 miles an hour through the yard, what do you think will happen when the TGV's going 200?
Oh yeah. That's yeah. I sometimes just get into this zone where like I want to like be like read denied ideas, but then I'm like no, like like don't rage, it's fine. Like you know.
I can
Keyboard
Photoshop
warrior.
a 3-foot gauge TGV if I want. No, I don't want that. I don't know anyone who wants that actually.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a running joke in this server that when the Steam Workshop appears, we're just gonna take the porter and make a 4884 battle tank big boy, just because.
Vomits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited and also terrified for the day we get Steam Workshop.
Oh yeah, I can't wait for all the Roblox models of all the engines to be sat beside these beautifully crafted, true to life.
I've made the joke that I'm going to figure out how to 3D model at that point, and I'm going to go make myself like some crazy Porter style something or other.
Oh yeah, Casey, that was you that said the big boy porter.
Oh yeah, the big boy Porter. Except now I've decided I'm going to take it a step further. I'm thinking 4, 10, 10, 10, 4.
Oh no.
Saddle tank, obviously.
Oh. I do think though that picture that keeps floating around of like I don't know whether it's like a K36 or a K37, but like redesigned as a Garrett.
Oh
Like,
god. That cursed thing.
Yeah. With the number board on the smoke box like behind like the water tank so nobody can see it.
Yeah, I imagine the workshop's gonna bring all kinds of things. Somebody just
Yeah,
said
I
they've woken up and after they went to bed I was streaming and I'm still streaming. No, I went to bed too.
Wait, what did I do here? Why am I going tender first? I should be going forwards.
Well, you spun yourself around on the table, but apparently that was a mistake.
Well, we did it real once, so...
So- and now the locomotive shall teleport. Snap.
Yeah, I mean, we're just, like, kind of preparing for some sort of trip. There's, I think, I don't even know what's in the yard. I already forgot, as I said, memory of a goldfish. But, we got, what's it called? Couple iron and coal mine trains that can go somewhere. There's, that mystery iron train, well, train to the iron mine that could go somewhere. I don't even know where all the Class 70s are, though. This is the only one I could find.
I got one up here at the coal mine, or the iron mine. I can bring down.
I'm driving one to the sawmill right now, and then there's also one at the smelter.
And I got the fifth one at the coal mine.
Oh, tender brake on, please.
I don't have any.
I said I'd help with the iron mine, but I gotta get there.
I kind of want to see what you guys got going on down in your southern area with the way that you set up the ironworks and the oil field and everything. Looks like you've
Oh,
got some
nice,
interesting
yeah.
track work down there. I think that'd be probably most interesting to show off on my stream at least.
I mean,
So
Yeah, why don't we
it's
take
more
it-
interesting when there's people down here. But yeah.
A beam train.
yeah,
through
take
the
a beam
hours.
train that way.
Sounds good.
If you're gonna bring a, do you have beam trains or do you have a lumber train available? Because lumber would be much more
No.
useful.
No, then you could do that.
Unfortunately, the only thing we have right now is beams.
Okay, we can do. I can deal with that. We can deal with that.
Somebody has
Yeah, I'll-
teleported.
Hi, guys.
I'll bring this to the coal mine and
Hello.
062s, yes. We have some in plan for the narrow gauge. 484s, no. No 420s. If you want to
now I
see
have someone in
everything
my
that's going to be
chat,
added,
Nova
you should check out my
7
tech
says,
tree
"I'm
video.
waiting for the 44, but the 44.
Speed
in
limit signs.
parentheses,
We will have custom signs
-2.
coming sometime soon. So
What is that? That's not a.
I don't know of any narrow gauge
so
engines with
I should
deflectors like the
probably,
UP8044.
Say I have a friend who has this game, who, you know, he's interested enough in trains to know how to troll me about them.
You mean like most of my YouTube chat right now?
Yeah. That's got when is the 4420 coming to the game?
Basically.
Oh, this is the wrong train. Ah.
We've gone in
And
the
as
wrong bit
someone
of the
else in my
ad.
chat says, one must always question the antics of CD Trumpet 5. That is accurate. The 44 -2. There was... Why?
Duplex, triplex, and quadplex when dies.
Yeah.
Alright, careful. I'm entering the sawmill.
Are you pulling a train?
I've just a caboose.
Okay.
About to have a Class 70 cornfield meeting over
Oh
here.
no.
Oh yeah. Smells like Kenosha.
It begins. God, I am excited for the spline update so that I don't have to look at these locomotives dancing around like this.
Yeah.
As I'm sure you guys are too.
Oh yeah.
There was much cheering when I saw that update that, hey, that's what we're working on now.
Oh, flying switching with the caboose track.
I wasn't
Beautiful.
sure if that was disconnecting or if that was actually happening.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Welcome to client side.
Trumpet, do you want storage line 1 or 2 here?
Storage line, whichever one has the beams on it.
Only beams?
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. Pull up the map. We are in this yard up
Please
here
don't
at the
Please
sawmill.
don't derail. Please don't derail.
And they just flying
I
switched into the
apologize
caboose
to
track
my
off
chat
that.
If I don't get to your messages right away, there is a lot happening, and I'm very excited and very distracted at the same time.
I like your guys' railroad. The setup's pretty cool. Just looking through the minis work and looking at the different yards and the way you've set things up. It's a lot of track, but it's also really cool. So
Yeah, thank you. It's been a very long process. Lots of, you know, just, we have to rebuild this again.
that sounds
Sorta.
familiar.
Yeah. We used to be doing, like, a lot of sky bridges, and the track was terrible, and, like, you know, but we eventually were like, no, like, we're gonna do this right, and we're gonna have it be efficient, because a lot of the real engineers who would play with us were getting, like, pissed off, and, like, you know, so we had to...
For good reason.
Yeah, totally. There were too many accidents in our accident report board, which is
Oh my
one of my
God.
favorite things about the server.
The report
is
board
the
is so
accident
good.
report board.
Accident report board. Oh man, I really hope that you're using like Class 1 lingo where they have
Oh,
to.
we make it up as we go.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 'cause the Class 1 railroads didn't exist yet, so we have to make up our own kind of bullshit, like, you know, sort of, like railroad jargon.
See,
I
so
can,
this.
I can read a few examples if you so wish.
I was just looking through them. Yeah, this wouldn't fly on the Class 1. When I was running the yard, that idiot who was running the yard forgot to flip the switch to allow me to move a cordwood train out of the way.
We're linked, and we should be unbraked.
I like
Okay,
that
let me
succinct,
up the Heisler.
succinct answer to this one was on the rails, then not anymore.
Yeah.
I think
mean,
a lot of those were Valenka in a single night just having a bad time.
That's a bad day on the railroad. No, so if you want to know what the Class 1 ones are like, I worked for BNSF as a roundhouse foreman for about 3 years out of the Seattle Roundhouse. And you'd have to brief every single injury or incident that happened company-wide every shift, basically. Everyone from mechanical from our department or particularly bad ones from other departments like track or train crews or whatever. And so I think one of my favorites that I had to brief was it always would say, like, okay, this is a report of an injury to a 57-year-old conductor with, 30 years of experience or whatever it is. And it lists all that junk. And it wouldn't say who they are, but give you their qualifications, basically. Employee had been on duty for 8 hours and it was off shift for 12 hours previous to this incident. Employee states that he was in the cab of the locomotive and was trying to prepare his lunch, which was an avocado, and he was pitting the avocado with a large chef's knife when the train went over a bump and he stabbed himself in the hand with the chef's knife. Employee then stated he fainted when he saw blood and fell down the front stairwell into the bathroom of the locomotive and hit his head. Employee has two reportable injuries, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, that was an actual story. Someone was pitting an avocado in the conductor's seat, stabbed themselves in the hand. They had a chef's knife. Why do you have a chef's knife in your grip? It doesn't make any sense. But
There's
yeah,
a lot of questions on that story.
Yeah, and then fell down the front stairwell into the into the nose of the locomotive.
Compare that to accident number 230-7, submitted by someone in my chat. Colin Hogg down the old 49 flipped a gizzard into a tripler.
Yeah, slightly different.
Yeah, because why? So basically what we're going to do here is hook this up to the caboose, and then Heist, if you would like to operate, this train is yours.
Lordy,
And
well,
then-
I'll see if I can do it without jumping everywhere, but that would be fun.
You get used to the popcorn after a little while.
Yeah, we have a few leased units. This is Nevada Northern's other 93 that was built at Baldwin, but then they delivered it and they were like, wrong track gauge there, buddy.
I was going to
And,
say, it doesn't say safety
then we
first
got
on the
it.
front. It doesn't have the air pumps on the front like a total weirdo. Those engines look
Yeah.
so silly.
Yeah, we named this one because one of the engineers who was playing with us is an actual employee. He's a fireman at the Nevada Northern, and he was like, "We need 93." And
That's
we were
very
like, sure,
cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
Very
We
cool.
have that one, and then we have another leased power unit. I don't remember.
Yeah, Bessemer and Lake Erie, number 154.
Yeah, 154.
I've got a leased locomotive on my save that Mickley bought for me, and the Australians promptly put it on top of the ironworks building, and I've yet to get it down, so
Oh, fun.
always a good time.
Our most historic locomotive, at least as far as I could tell, is number 13.
Oh, yeah.
She has
the
been to the moon a
clone
couple times.
Lady. Yeah, we had a
Veteran
real
of the
bad
space
accident.
program, eh?
Yep.
Yeah, because we found out
Hi,
that if you're
212
in
Super
the
Dude.
engine UI, and this is to everyone who uses Railroads Online Extended, if you teleport while you're in the F menu, you will teleport you and the locomotive, and possibly
And any cars attached.
Very much do not do that.
Yeah. And we had cars on all four corners of the map. The tender is now by the iron mine, even though the accident happened here. It was quite the disaster. Did I blow the whistle? Now I did.
Got a link here.
Is this caboose
anyone-
just slowly rolling?
Is anyone coming down towards the
Give some time, man.
ironworks? Oh, you guys. Are.
Yes, we will be coming towards the ironworks.
You said you have beams.
Yeah, we're gonna be going past it.
All right, Or you're going through the ironworks, not. You're going up to the coal mine,
Now
right?
kiss.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right. You guys
Excellent.
have a
We're
coal mine
attached.
link over the saddle, huh?
Yeah,
Right,
we have.
right.
Caboose linked.
Who's going to the coal mine right now?
Train is
And
your
we could
side.
always
All right,
just
let's do it.
temporarily park at the ironworks to look at the southern industries.
Can I drive the train from the coal mine down to the ironworks?
Yes, there's a
you
way
should
for
be
the trains
good.
to
We
get
can-
past each other at
yeah,
the
we can route
ironworks.
around.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
see,
good
there
to come
are,
down.
at the freight depot, there's a train that was intended for the iron mine, but
Is
and
it
then
lumber?
there's another bit of lumber
That's
at the sawmill.
I need lumber. I can deal with some beams.
I
I'll probably.
teleported. Oh, who keeps teleporting me? Why?
This is quite jiggly.
Yeah, I need lumber above all things right now. I'll probably get that set out. I'm grabbing some of the empty flat cars that we have up here, up at the refinery, and then I'll probably run them up to the sawmill. Because I also got a bunch of overflow tools that I'm gonna go sell off.
I'm driving now down the iron mine to the ironworks, so please nobody come in my way. Thank you.
We do have a train of 5 lumber and 5 beams waiting here.
Yeah, Squirrel. If this is an unusual operation, but if you want to like take those.
All right, I'm deafening their Discord chat so I can answer a couple of chat questions for a minute here. Why is the train so bumpy? Well, this is because I'm playing as a client on the Blueberry Valley Railroad, and they have 30 locomotives. And we're working on fixing this problem right now, but when you get a lot of train cars, you end up having this kind of stuttering pretty often. So this is going to get fixed pretty quick here. We finally got a dev update. I have played with the new splines a little bit last night, and they look great and they perform great. We just gotta get the rest of the implementation done. So, any update when more locomotives? No, unfortunately not. I mean, the splines have been taking precedence for now. So, Steam Deck Mick answered no Steam Deck for now.
As well.
Refinery is full on lumber, but the ironworks needs lumber.
Okay, how do we get through the, I assume someone with Railroads Online Extended is probably lining switches for us?
Yep,
Okay.
Yeah, I got you.
that's how we do all of it.
Beautiful.
Gonna make a sacrifice to the train god and the caboose here, just so we have a good trip. Also, the BBRR has lore. I'm positively convinced that the world that this game exists on is flat because the star in the sky never moves, it never sets, and it's just like sitting there. And it's like the only 3 forms of life are the trees, the humans, and there's probably some sort of symbiosis between the trains and the railroad Ronnies that's going on somewhere. You know, there's some mythology going on.
Well, usually the trains hate everyone and everything, in my experience,
I
but
firmly believe in Clang.
Yeah,
We
every
make
time something
Sacrifices
goes
to them every
wrong.
once in a while.
Yeah.
we do want to make dedicated servers eventually, Jolly Farms. It does look like an old cartoon. Yeah, we're bouncing around a lot. Turnouts can already be built on
Heist is
grades.
driving. I'm in the caboose. Who's the 3rd railroad Ronnie?
Gotta say driving, come on. Get your lingo right, man. You don't drive
Fine,
trains.
operate.
You don't pilot trains. You run trains.
Oh.
Did we
I was
actually
gonna say
derail?
operating.
Nope. Okay. I thought we actually derailed for a second there.
Yeah, we're. Oh, thank you for following Apprentice Infinity. I wonder if I should like post my I don't want to poach viewers, but whether I should like post my channel.
You can post your POV in the chat for sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Cause yeah, we're streaming this like all the time.
Ooh, we're getting new people.
Yeah, we got a couple
No word on new switches yet. I mean, we're working on the new splines, and hopefully that'll incur new switches too. But we just kind of remains to be seen still.
I mean, these switches are fun. At least I've never seen much of an issue with them.
Well, they're a touch long for my taste when I try to build my stupid railroad, but
Well,
How's it going, Sea Dragon? Good to see you.
Mikali, you know, the links are not showing up in chat, so if you're pasting links in the YouTube chat, I don't see them.
Oh.
The game
Yeah,
crashed. I had to reload back in.
How do I, can you post links in the chat?
I might be able to, yeah, just send them to me directly, and I'll see if I can post them.
Okay, I did send the stream link, and I think the Discord link is in there as well.
Are you posting it in Chat Lounge, or are you posting it in,
It's a private message.
Oh, I don't have any private messages from you.
Oh, they might be, like, a little older, like,
Oh, I see the Discord. Let me copy that.
And then a couple below that is the stream link.
And if I
Yeah.
post this Discord link, they can't just immediately jump in the voice chat, right?
no, they have to go through
like,
a whole
an
approval.
interviewer.
Gotcha. Okay. And then your Twitch is there. There we go.
If my chat starts blowing up too, this is gonna be chaos.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go to push to talk and answer your stream questions without talking in Discord.
Yeah.
Get to
we,
be a pro.
We also just passed a unique landmark, our locomotive museum, which currently has 2 of the 3 original porters, Baxter and
I
Boris.
was seeing that. Boris. I've got some chat questions, so I'm gonna go deaf for a sec here.
Oh.
Okay, procedural switches. I really hope we get procedural switches. I don't know though. Bit of the track in my head in the ground. I don't know. Narrow gauge did have auxiliary tenders. They called them water cars, really, on the narrow gauge, but and we will have them eventually. But will you be able to edit cars and locomotives? Edit, I mean, by changing the road number and stuff. Yes, when we get more roundhouse/shop mechanics added into the game. Roundhouse, locomotive works, engine sheds. You know, eventually you'll be able to bring your locomotive in for maintenance and also pay to change things like the stack option or the whistle or stuff like that. So, any DLCs coming? No. Fuel conversions, if they historically had them, yes. This train be groovin', more or less. No big boys, no challengers, no standard gauge, no capes. And again, for those joining, we are playing on the Blueberry Valley Railroad, which is quite the big server, which is why the train's jumping around like mad. So, what's the thing about the Cookie 280? It's just ready to go? Yeah, I mean, it's ready to go in, really. We were trying to wait to give it some friends to add in, because, I mean, it's kind of a side grade to some of the locomotives we already have. It's not like an upgrade or anything. It's just a different flavor. So we were going to wait for a couple more locomotives to add in and kind of do a bigger drop, not just one, give you 2 or 3 maybe. So new spline update. I mean, we're going to eventually push it out to the public beta at some point, but you're not going to be able to get it sooner than that. So when will it come out of early access? Not for a long time. Have you looked into the Texas State Railroad yet? It was 3-foot gauge. We're not doing any amusement park railroads. All right. I'm back out of voice chat, or out of deafened land.
Nice. What were they asking?
Oh, a bunch of different stuff. Bunch of random questions about the game and where it's going, and all that fun stuff.
Oh, thank you for the subscription, Mr. Foxy.
Yes.
So the minute you post
three-way
that,
switches will be coming
25 people
eventually.
Joined. My chat,
I was
which
gonna
is
say.
officially the most I've ever had. The most I've ever had before that was 17 people.
Well, it's fun. That's good.
I'm so grateful to have this community and to just like finally be in a spot that what's it called? Like where I can talk about trains with like people I'm like quickly becoming friends with, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like it's just so great to like you guys really have done something amazing with this game. Like I'm not trying to like soft soap you, it's more just like this is like actually like in line to be one of the best train games of all time, not just like of like the decade or whatever.
I appreciate that. I mean, that's why I got involved, because I saw where it was headed, and I was really excited. And I mean, this is something that I think I've been waiting for a long time in a multiplayer train sim that's about steam engines, that kind of ties it all together in a nice, neat little package.
Yeah.
I was briefly going to space there.
Well,
But
just go on the
obviously we
track
still have a
and
ways to
watch
go.
it, so. There's so many people following and such. I just thank you all for doing that. In my chat, I apologize if I like slack off on messages. It's just going so fast.
Okay, I've got a bunch of questions here. Double Fairly, yes, there is one, unfortunately, and it'll eventually get added.
Oh,
When
I
will you
can't
stop?
wait.
When will you stop adding stuff to the game? I don't know that. Sorry, I don't have an answer. When we get bored of it, I suppose, a couple years down the road. What about a cast scenic locomotive? No, that's standard gauge. Once again, there will be ones that look the same but narrow gauge. Anyways, campaign mode, something along that line will be coming. We're coming into.
Myself as well.
I was imagining that you guys were gonna have more trees cleared than this when I saw all the junctions, but we're just coming into Switch Alley here, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're still not quite into the yards. You're just hitting the Ys.
Yeah, this is the oil field Y here. And Dark Ninja says, you're the first person on Twitch that I watch that has ADHD. I finally watched someone that has ADHD too. Well, that's good. It's good to have, like, people like you who are, like, just doing stuff, So I'm glad I can, be that.
Lots of Ys all interlaced here. Will there be any new music packs coming with the updates? Yes. Check out, I got a couple videos about new songs that I've been working on. We've got 7 new songs ready. I'm trying to get to another, maybe about another 15 or 20 more songs, and then we'll update a volume 2 of the soundtrack.
There's actually only 2 Ys right there. It's just one of them looks a little wonky.
we're running through the middle of one of them?
Yeah, that's the one that looks kind of wonky. It's got this third way through that's not really a Y track.
Interesting.
And the only crossover on our map is this one right here.
Well, diamonds are usually a recipe for disaster, so makes sense.
Yeah.
Heis, could I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I have in this world and in my own world constantly a problem that I get into the trains and stuck.
My game sound is too loud. Let me hang on. Could you say that again?
I'm getting to a train with F, like you enabled, and then I'm stuck forever.
You're stuck in the train when if
Eternity.
you use the cab mode? Huh.
Yes.
That's weird.
Yeah, that happens occasionally to me as well.
I've never had that bug. That's interesting. I'm sure it's been reported, but as soon as we're done with the spline change, that'll fix all this junk. We're going to be working on other QOL bugs, so hopefully that'll be one of the ones.
So, Fox, how
This is
far
fun.
down along are you on the coal mine?
Nothing,
we
because I got stuck at the hill.
Oh.
Okay. There is a.
Seems down the line a little ways though.
In that case, it might be better to just back up to the coal mine.
Yes, I'm
Make
doing
a
that
second
right now.
attempt
I'm
later.
just gonna deafen myself real quick just to answer something.
Yeah, me too, actually. Sonoma is an oil-fired option of Eureka. I'm pretty sure Sonoma. I guess they no, they did get upgraded to oil burning, so we will do that at some point. Yeah. Any drawings for locomotives? If you have drawings for locomotives and rolling stock that are on the tech trees, I mean, feel free to send them along to one of the modelers. Look in the Discord. Will the game be abandoned like American Railroads did? I don't think so. We're not planning on it. T-Boiler Shay in plan. There's actually one that's modeled already. Yeah. Random game crash in episode 7 happens a lot to you. Well, that's too bad. It's only ever happened to me that one time. It was funny that it happened while I was filming.
Alright, I'm back.
Okay, I'm undeafened.
There they both are.
Wow, that was
Now,
hard.
now, Val, say it. Say it, Val, now.
Yeah, so we're entering the mountain pass now.
Okay.
Oh, this is
Yeah, so
fun.
now we're past the Southern Industries heist. If you wanted to check those out, this is the stop. But we can take this train on if you want.
I do kind of want to run through this a little bit. I haven't seen anyone lay track through here, so I want to see a little bit of this, and then we could back up to the and go
Okay.
dump these beams wherever they need to get dumped off.
Oh no, those are going up to the. Yeah, those
Wait.
beams will go up to the mine.
Okay, there's no trains in the Mountain Pass. Yeah, this is Valenka's masterwork. He was the one who built all of this.
This is pretty. I like it. It's one of those areas in the map that doesn't typically get used in a lot of people's saves, so it's pretty to see that someone's laid a railroad through it.
Yeah, it was really interesting because when I was first laying the grade to find out where from the mountaintop we would come down, you know, it spit us right out at the end of this little gully.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a natural cut that Kume put in pretty much in the level, so. Okay, well, I just wanted to run through and see that, so I guess we can come up and stop and back off where we want to dump these beams off, I guess.
Well, these are going straight on.
Oh, are they? Oh, then
Um,
we can run to the coal mine then if that's what we're doing.
Okay.
We could also just temporarily park if you want to check out the other industries in the valley.
Well, I could take the train up. I know there's a coal train that's trying to come down.
All right,
Yeah.
it's all yours. I'll run back.
Fox is backing up since he got stuck.
I am
Very
currently
close to
at
the
the
mine.
refinery doing a little
was-
bit of switching.
I was getting a little
Trains
seasick
don't-
riding that train anyway, so
Yeah.
The trains don't like me today.
I've got a
Well,
bunch
the
more
seasickness
questions.
isn't
I'm
gonna
gonna
get any
go.
better.
I'm gonna deafen for a sec.
Good.
Okay, let's see. What is my opinion on oil firing? Oil firing is not as fun as coal firing, but it's a lot cleaner, and you have less black boogers to blow out when you're done firing for the day. I can talk more in depth on that later. The RGS is DNRGW 282 proposals. 2882 proposals. I hope so. Super powerful. Yeah, there's some that were about 50, some that were about 70,000, and then I think the DNRGW had one that was 101,000 pounds attractive effort, the L101. So I certainly hope so, but I don't. Nothing in plan for those right now. We want to get through most of the tech tree we have right now before we get there. Class 3 Shay. I don't even know what a Class 3 Shay is. Like a 3 truck? There is a 3 truck Shay in plan, which is called a Class C Shay. Is Turbo a modeler yet? Yes, I believe he is. I believe he was working on a mail car for us, actually. Spoilers. It's not on the tech tree, but you have drawings for White Pass and Yukon Mikado. Well, if we have drawings, I mean, feel free to send them on. We can always, consider it. What game changes am I looking forward to the most? The spline update. I mean, it's the next thing coming, so. Where are you at? Show the map. Good point. We are at the ironworks in this yard. Taking a look here. And they've got this, like, double turnback loop thing over here. I want to go look at that. It's kind of weird. You swap Jupiter, preserved as oil-fired, and Sonoma still wood. Well, regardless, we will have some oil-burning engines in the tree. This is weird. They've got this turnback loop. Yes, Mickley, thank you. Yes, we will be taking a look at other folks' levels in future episodes and streams, but please submit them using the form. I get so many requests that we literally had to put a form in for it, so I can't say yes to everyone. Any plans for early electric trains with dedicated pantograph maps? Probably not, because I don't think those happen on the narrow gauge. Who's in here? Hey, look, a cookie. It is a cookie. Very nice. Let's see. Class 3, Class C, technically they're the same. Well, there you go. Maybe white pass diesels. Oh, God, we've got boxcar doors all over the place over here. That's funny. Yes, enhancements to multiplayer coming. The new spline update's really going to help out with that, I think, considerably. Modular buildings in place, like sections of a roundhouse. Yes, you called it. Roundhouses will be modular, or at least there will be a modular roundhouse. We might have some that are prefabbed, but that is in plan. Can I have maps like that as players later? What do you mean maps like that? Oh, you mean that like the minis work, but in game probably. So we're up about here. I want to go look at the oil field next, I think. God, this Y is strange. It's fun. We've been talking about what the in-game minimap needs to look like, so we'll see. We fixed the multiplayer train lag. I've said it about 15 times. Yes, that's what we're working on. That's going to be the next update. Union Pacific Coal GTEL. The gas turbine? A standard gauge. If it's not 3-foot narrow gauge, it's not coming. 262 tank. Yes. I'm just gonna stop answering locomotive questions, and just tell you to watch my tech tree video from now on. I think if anyone asks a question about a locomotive, so I did just upload a video. Yeah, my next Derail Valley episode just dropped because it is 12:30 now. So you can watch me here and watch me there at the same time. Whoa! Buffers. There will be end-of-track devices, but not like actually, so. Hi, my favorite dev for this game. Thank you. 10-2-10. No. Is there anyone in here? No. We got plenty of engine sheds around. Trying to get inspiration for the ES&D. See what we can't do here. It's a lot of switches, though. I'd have to use Rareheads Online Extended, I think, if I was going to have as many switches as these guys have. Just clone myself. Other stores besides Steam? No. There's no reason to not have it on anything else. Waybill system? Possibly. A lot of people have done that on the side. The rabbit eye. Fun. Heisler. Lots of oil tanks. Got a fair amount of crude. And another fan yard. Interesting. These must be fun to switch in. I don't see a run around, though. Unless there's... I guess you could run around up here. Have you played with your viewers yet? That's what we're doing. I should probably come back off of...
What?
I am undeafened.
Oh, perfect.
Hey.
Just contemplating another question I actually had, actually that we've all had.
Sure.
Is so loading the boxcars.
Masochistically
Painful is one
awful.
word.
Yeah, painful. As my buddy Jake put it, the game is presently painfully interactive, and I assume that's where you're going, particularly with boxcars. Yes, we do have plans to change that. We haven't cemented down if it's going to be upgradable cranes in terms of speed or number of items they load at once. But yeah, we plan, industries will stay the same, but as you deliver more cargo to them, or you can pay to upgrade, etc., the cranes will have a mechanic where they can be upgraded to either a lot faster speed, or they can load multiples of 2, 4, 6, whatever. So, it's a couple clicks to fill a boxcar as opposed to, 32.
Yeah.
Ultimately getting down to 1 click to load a car. And then also potentially queuing clicks. So, you can tap the crane 15 times and then it'll load 15 items. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Ooh.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like a good idea. Like if I were a dev, which I'm most definitely not, as based on what happened to my computer earlier, I would go with that option, like just personally.
Yep.
I think that's a good idea.
So those are QOL things to come soon enough, hopefully. But yeah, we're still still dealing with the spline update first. So
Okay, I just got a very interesting question in my chat. Now that I think about it, what do you think a good job is for a 14-year-old?
a good
I don't
job
even
for a
know how to-
for a
I don't even
14-year-old.
know how to answer that. I don't.
Staying in school and doing a good job in school. That should be your primary
Yeah.
job, I hope.
Be a musician.
Yeah, pick
Do
up
music.
yeah, learn an instrument. I mean, we're both
Learn an
biased with that,
instrument.
but okay. Well, this is neat. You guys have a really cool railroad. I appreciate you guys sharing it with me today.
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate you making time and coming on here.
Yeah,
I have a
of
quick
course.
bug question.
Sure.
Whenever you're whenever you're just manually controlling the rail car and you open up the menu, it allows you to change what it says up in the
Oh yeah, the context.
context.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a neat little UI bug that I mean, it's not honestly super high on our priority to fix, but we do need to change that because a lot of people have made interesting messages doing things like that. So I'm gonna wander up
Thank
and
you.
go see your line to the refinery here, and then I think I'm gonna be jumping off for the day. But I want to
Yeah,
go look at
cool.
that.
Well, there's a train coming down the refinery line, so you're just in luck to see that.
Oh, beautiful. Any estimated deadline for the spline update? The absolute
Soon.
earliest, I mean, it's soon TM. The absolute earliest would be sometime this week. But just judging on
okay,
how
great.
much we still have to go, I don't think it's going to be this week. We'll see.
And a question I've had that I know a lot of people also have is the spline update going to affect already existing railroads?
That remains to be seen. We really hope it doesn't, but it might. So, because I mean, we do have new physics coming with the way that the trains interact with the track.
Okay.
So we're hoping that we should be able to be clever and get a mass replacement, basically, to make it, change all old splines to be the new style. But we haven't gotten to that point of the dev yet. So here's a bouncing cookie.
Yeah, it'd be like that.
God, I can't wait for this to get fixed.
Right.
Tools.
Oh, another I'm sorry to bombard you with questions, but
No,
another
that's the whole point.
question. Oh yeah, another one I also had was about client render distance. So it's not really like an when is this going to be changed question. It's more of like, was it intentional to have client render distance be shorter than the host?
Well,
and
yes, because I mean the host has to render everything for the sake of because you're being the server basically because it's not a dedicated server, right? Not yet, at least. We do have plans to eventually do dedicated servers, but that's down the road. But yeah, so I mean, for client side, for FPS sake and performance sake, particularly given the large amount of jitters we already have when you're in close range, for performance sake, it's been limited. Is this the OG Betsy up here?
that is the
Yep.
OG Betsy.
Beautiful.
That is her job. She brings the one car of oil barrels to the freight depot.
I love it.
It's gonna be like 844, never officially retired.
What is this ladder yard or like fanned yard of bridges up here?
Oh, I don't even know. I didn't make that. Someone else.
Yeah,
is
I'm not
gonna
the one
have
who
to
built
speak
that.
to
Someone decided that was the way to do it.
That is storage.
That's a vibe.
Helpful storage.
That's fun. Guy's got some oil barrels, feeling bougie. Oh, and we've got a train of pipes over here that's on the move.
Yep.
You guys have at least 3 or 4 trains running right now, then, huh?
Mhm.
Very cool.
Yeah. Well, you said we needed 5 people, so I said this is the only time everyone who can has to come on.
Very cool. It's cool to see so much action, like as you walk around the map. I mean, just seeing trains all over the place doing the thing.
Oh yeah, I mean
It's
we
a
have
nice
people
aesthetic.
who are sort of like assigned to the different. Well, they're not assigned, but they like chose to run certain industries. So like Casey is doing like the southern industries. That's like his thing, and then someone's working in the sawmill right now, and then you know, that sort of thing, and yeah, and then we have mainline runners, we have switchers. Depending on like how comfortable people are with like the mechanics of the game, will like either start them out as like kind of a touring brakeman and like level them up to switcher once they like know a certain line, and just to prevent like unnecessary accidents. The only types of accidents should be necessary.
Very fun. Oh, yeah, I like the way that you guys are kind of cheesing the the refinery unload here.
Close enough.
It works, and yeah, a lot of people always wonder why the platforms are at different spacing. It's like, well, it's to encourage switching and do it like the real industry or whatever, right? But this is a nifty way around that.
Yeah.
It
I
used to
heard it
be-
would be the industries who just put it where they want, and the railroad just deal with it.
It used to be set up so that there was a lot more switching and stuff over there, but then
We got
went
tired
really
of it.
that direction. Yeah.
That's funny.
I have a chatter who really wants me to mention the light effect on the Class 70 pilot.
Oh yeah, that's a weird bug with the normals on the textures. And I mean, we just got to go back
Yeah.
through the model and do it, but it's just not a priority right now. So deal with a strobe
Yeah.
for a little bit longer.
That's a small potatoes thing, like, and the thing about like games is like all of my favorite games are buggy messes. Skyrim, Fallout New Vegas, KOTOR 2. It's like, not saying this is a buggy mess because it's really well done, but like,
It's a
yeah,
bit of a
it-
buggy mess if we're real.
I toast the games with buggy messes.
Well, yeah, because you have to. Part of the fun is figuring out how to make it work through the bugs.
Yeah, good
And
luck trying to
I-
figure out how to play Mario Kart Wii.
Well,
I
thanks
mean,
so
I
much
don't
for having me on your guys' railroad and showing me, what it looks like to have a big server with so many folks operating all at once. That's something I've not really gotten to see too much of, other than when we play with the dev team. So it's really cool to see how you guys set up your railroad and how you set up jobs and have folks operating. So that's like this is
Yeah,
like the
absolutely.
what we dreamed of, with the development of a game. So it's really cool to see, and I'm really, really happy to say that the spline update should hopefully fix a lot of the issues we were seeing. So that's going to be really, really great to see. So, anyways, guys,
And
thanks for watching. Thanks for having me on. Do you have any last words for my stream before I close out?
yeah, so as I said, everyone's welcome on the Blueberry Valley Railroad. So long as you're like over 18, and just because my Twitch is very much over 18. And yeah, thank you so much, Heis, for coming on. Like, it really is awesome that you do this and like, spotlight like players in the community and stuff. And we're honored to have you here, and you're welcome anytime.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much. I appreciate that. Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm gonna sign off here. So thanks for watching, everyone, and again, thanks for having me on your railroad, guys.